Hello, my lovely pig people, and welcome to episode 2 of the Pig Purpose Podcast. Today I am speaking on what it is like to have a pet pig. So this question I get asked all the time when Morty and I are out in public. People are like, so what is it like having a pet pig? So today I am here to answer the question for you all. So, when people ask me this question, they're like, is having a pet pig, is it like having a dog or like having a cat? And typically my answer is caring for a pet pig is somewhere in between having a cat and a dog and a toddler. So I'll explain each of these. So having a pet pig is like having a dog in the fact that your pig, at least in my experience, Morty has been my companion. Like it's always been us two, like best friends. Like when people say dogs are a human's best friend, I am like, Morty is my best friend. I know I said this last time, but Morty and I are two peas in a pod. Like we are just like inseparable best friends. But also he's very much like having a cat in the way that he minds his own business for the most part, unless it involves food, then he is all up in the foods business. And I love the fact that when he was a piglet, he used a litter box. So I did not have to take him out like you would a dog. And from my experience, one of the reasons I did not want a puppy was because I have experienced that puppies destroy things. They chew at the door frames, they mess stuff up. Puppies are puppies, And I didn't really want to deal with that. I didn't know what having a piglet would be like in respects to that. However, Morty never destroyed anything in my house. Like, he has never chewed a door frame. Okay, I take that back. When he is outside on the back porch, he will, like, try to break the door frame if he hears me in the kitchen. But he's never succeeded in that. So yeah, but when he was a piglet, he was perfect. Like, he did not mess up anything. He would pee here and there on the carpet, but once I got his little grass patch figured out, that was never an issue again. And yeah, so I like that he minds his own business, because for me, one of the reasons I also did not want a dog is because from my experience, dogs are very like up in my business, like all the time. They are always following me. Wherever I go, the dog wants to go. And I'm always like, I like that my pig, Morty, has his own sense of self. Like, if he wants to be outside because it's sunny and beautiful, that's where he is right now. Like, he is not just like right here, like trying to get my attention, because he is enjoying the beautiful sunshine. Like, quite frankly, I wish I were, because it is beautiful out there today. And yeah, so that's kind of how I explain that he is between a dog and a cat. And the toddler part is because pigs are as intelligent as 3-year-old children, they say. So I have found that to be so true. Morty's whole life, he tries to train me and tries to like manipulate me in ways that he can get treats, get food, get cuddles, get whatever he wants. So he is smart and he has his tactics figured out because he knows me and he knows how to like kind of work around who I am in order to get what he wants. Like, he is so incredibly smart in that way. I really have to like, be conscious of the way that he manipulates not just me, but other people too, to try to give him food. Like, I have noticed in the more recent days, he has started like trying to intimidate people. Like when I have guests over, friends over, he like will sometimes try to intimidate somebody if he feels like, oh, this person would be scared of me, so let me scare them so they just give me food. So he tries that with some people. It's like he tries people. He gets to know people. So I have noticed when I have watched my friends' children that these children are like testing me at first to get to know me. You know, they'll be like, oh, can you pick that up for me? Like, oh, can you tie my shoe? Like, oh, can you like do these little things for me that I know that they can do? However, they want to see how, you know, flexible I am to them getting what they want out of me. So if I'm like super nice and doing everything that they want me to do, then they are like, okay, so she's like cool, she's chill, I can get stuff over on her. Not like my mom, you know? So I have realized that Morty does the same thing with people. Like, he will test people to see, like, is this person scared of me? Can I intimidate this person? Or less often, he's like, can I win this person over and get food from them with love and cuddles? Because that is how he does stuff for me. Like, he knows that he doesn't scare me. But some people, they've never met a pig, so they get kind of scared of him. So if he is like the slightest bit like trying to establish his dominance, that's what pigs do. Pigs try to establish dominance. So Morty knows that I am dominant because I've just been that dominant parent figure in his life for his whole life. But other people, he tries to establish his dominance, and if he does, then he's like, oh yeah. So that is something that he does, and he tries to trick anybody into giving him food. So like, as a smaller example, when Morty was a piglet, he would go to his little pea patch, his little grass patch that I had for him, and pretend to pee. Because when he did that, I would give him a treat if I knew that he went to his potty patch to pee like a good boy. So he would start going to his potty patch just randomly and stand there as though he's peeing in the little stance that he stands to pee. And then wait a minute, wait a few seconds, and then like come off his potty patch and be like, wait, give me a treat. So then I would give him a treat. And then after a while, I caught on to this tactic. I was like, he is not actually peeing. He is just working with me to get treats for himself. So that is like one way that pigs manipulate people. So pigs are very smart, they're very manipulative in the way that they get to know a person and get to know exactly how they are and how they feel and their emotions. Like I say, Morty is so in tune with people's emotions. So, for example, there was one time that I had a few friends over. We were decorating pumpkins and just doing this whole little fall day. And Morty was in the kitchen. One of my friends was telling this story about a cat. She is telling a story of one time when a cat attacked her. And she was speaking this story with so much emotion. She was like, yeah, I thought this cat was cool. I was petting this cat. Next thing you know, she's like, and then, and she like builds it up, and then she's like, and then he just attacks. And then as soon as she said attacks, Morty went, eh! Like he got scared. Like he felt that fear coming from her. And I say this, I think this is so true with pigs because of the fact that they have been so traumatized. Like, the ancestral line of pigs in America, around the world, have gone through many torturous experiences. So they are very attuned. Plus, they are just prey animals in general. So they are very attuned to like fear and strong emotions and pain and trauma. Like they feel it deeply because it is just encoded in their DNA from so many ancestral lines of this trauma of, you know, these pigs being factory farmed, and they just feel that, and they feel that too as prey animals. So, and that is the way that most animals communicate, which a lot of humans don't understand. But because we humans, we speak with words, and sometimes we'll like feel people's vibes, but most of the time humans communicate with words and body language and eye contact. But most animals communicate with just feelings of energy, like they just feel energy. So I know I have seen that with Morty so many times over and over again, that he feels people's energy, and whatever he decides to do with that information is what he decides to do. So, if his motive is to get food, which is typically food, cuddles, warmth, like that's what Morty wants. He's very much like his survival needs being met makes him comfortable. So he wants his food, his cuddles, and his warmth, his blankets. He wants to be inside if it is raining. Like, he just wants his survival needs met. And he's very kind of selfish, which I like. I like that he's selfish, because I'm like, okay, cool, he's not living for me like many dogs do. Like, I feel like dogs are so selfless, and that's cool. But I think Morty is more selfish, and I think that's cool. I appreciate that about him, because in my life, I have always been like this people pleaser. So Morty kind of like balances that out within our dynamic. So I learned from him to be more selfish and look out for my needs first sometimes. So in the more like recent year, I have been learning, oh, let me put my needs first. Yeah, so like even this morning, I got ready and I like woke up, cleaned my room, did all my things before I fed Morty breakfast. And usually I just very much attune to him. So that is something I have been working on in our relationship dynamic, is not always putting Morty's needs first. I know that might sound crazy to some people, like, why would you put your pig's needs before your own? So Morty and I, our whole lives, his whole life, we have slept in bed together most of the time. Sometimes he'll go in the closet, I'll like throw a bunch of blankets and cozy things down, and he makes his little nest in my closet. But for the majority of our time together, we sleep in the bed together. And he's like so cuddly. I love cuddling him, especially as a piglet. It was the cutest thing, because he would just be like, and like nuzzle up in my little armpit or in my neck, and just like wherever he could get like a warm little comfy corner, like he would put his little nose, and it's the cutest thing ever. But recently I have been creating more distance with that. So he has not been sleeping with me recently because something about his hair or his skin, or I think it might even be the grass outside where I live, that gets onto him, and I might be allergic to it or something, because it's happened since I moved here. And it happens with my neighbor. They say that when they pick up their dog, they also break out in like this rash. So I have been creating distance and not always sleeping with Morty in bed, because it makes me get like a rash. Like, that has been helping me establish boundaries. So I would say it is very good to have boundaries with your pig, and not always just like doing what they want you to do all the time. And we will lay out in the sunshine together. Morty and I, since it's like getting nice again now, I'll lay down in the grass on this little like rug I have out there, and then Morty just comes up to me and like lays down right beside me, and it is the cutest thing ever. I'm just like, oh my gosh, it makes my heart melt. I love him so much. He just comes up to me and cuddles me, and he'll like lay in my arm, that's like his little spot, and I'll pet him, and I'll just like cuddle him and say sweet things to him and sing to him. He loves when I sing to him. And yes, he is just like so cute. So that's what it's like having a pet pig. I feel as though I have a best friend who I can go sunbathe with. I can go run around in the grass, do cartwheels, and Morty is like just out there chilling, having fun. Like, he is like my chill vibe buddy. Like, I'm chill, he is chill. We like to lay together, relax, just have our self-care and our comfort. We like to eat together. We like, all the things that I just said. Morty likes snacks, cuddles, like that is how we bond. So I love having him, because I'm like, I make this amazing meal and I share some with him and I see how much he enjoys it and it makes me happy. And when it's a beautiful sunny day, I will go out and lay with him and he is there just ready to cuddle and get belly rubs and sunbathe with me. And it's just great. Like, that's how I say he is my best friend. Like, that is like how we bond. I love to just like be his mother and he loves it. He loves just being my child. So it works out great. Like, having a pig is literally the perfect pet for me. Like, I would never have wanted another animal. I love my cat. I think she is amazing. And she is like, when Morty is being like his little attitude self, I will come inside and be like, Mishka, come cuddle me. And my cat will just come up and lay and purr and I'll pet her. And I'm like, oh, you're so gentle. And you know, they're kind of like different energies. So it's like, I will like pet Mishka and then pet Morty. And it's, oh my gosh, every single day I give Morty his morning cuddles and pets. So I'll pet him for at least like 10 minutes, give him scratches, give him belly rubs, give him massages. And then my cat Mushka, she'll come up too and I'll just start petting them both. And Mushka's just like walking around, like getting cozy, getting cuddles from me and Morty. And I'm just like petting them both and it's the cutest thing ever. So we have our little daily routine of our morning cuddles. One other thing to note about having a pet pig is that Morty does not go down the stairs. I actually have seen at least one pig on Instagram go down the stairs. However, Morty does not. He is like too top heavy. He just doesn't feel comfortable going downstairs. So even if I have like food at the bottom of the steps, he will not go down the steps. So I carry him down the stairs every single day. So if you have stairs in your home, figure out some type of way to maneuver around that. I literally just pick Morty up every day, take him down 2 flights of stairs. If he's like up in my room, I have to go down the stairs to the main floor and then go down the steps to the backyard and carry him the whole time. But he can go up the stairs. So he gets up the stairs and he's like, Mom, carry me down. And I'm like, okay, baby, I will. So yeah, that's us. That's our relationship. That's what it is like having a pet pig. So comment in the comments. Let me know if you have any other questions I'd love to answer in the upcoming podcast. Enjoy your lovely day and pig love, everybody.